Hello there, this is Nopename. Welcome to another video. I've recently been playing around with alternatives to raycasting with Minecraft functions, but it turned out that good old raycasting seems to be the best solution for stuff like detecting whether a player is looking at a certain entity. So I took a look at my old raycasting functions, and it turned out I did a horrible job. So I made a new data pack, and this one is free for you all to download and use in your own projects. So yeah, you can take a look at it. There's a GitHub page, the link is in the video description, and now I will explain some things to you. For example, while there are two systems, one I called NN-Ray for Nopename raycasting, and the other one is called NN-Ray Advanced. So let's try out the first one. If I run this, this is the example function. It looks like this. I will tell you more about it in a second, but for now, keep in mind, I, as a player, am running this function, and if I look at a villager, the villager will say my name because I'm looking at the villager. So with this raycasting system, you can target both the source, which is in this case me, and the target that was hit by the ray, which is the villager, because I was looking at the villager. So let's look at the function. This is the example function. So first of all, you have to specify possible targets with this tag, NN-Ray target. And I decided to make players and villagers a possible target. Excuse me. So that means all other entities will be ignored. You don't have to run these commands every game tick, but you know, if you summon a new villager, for example, you have to give it the tag again. So I decided to put it in this function, which is running on the clock, just to make sure. Then I'm running the actual raycasting function. It's just like that. And after that, all entities with the tag NN-Ray hits, well, were hit by the ray, so which means I was looking at them. And NN-Ray head means I was looking at their head, at least if they this only works for entities that have the same or roughly the same hitbox size as players. And depending on whether entities have the tick, I just run a say command or a title command. Let's go back here. So if I just look at the villager, it will say his own name and my name, but if I look at his head, you will also see the title, the X, because I was looking at the head. If you have another entity that has a different size, for example a cow, tag add NN-Ray target. So now it also says I'm looking at the cow, but the head is above the cow because it's So the hitbox of each entity should be the same as the actual Minecraft hitbox. But since not every entity is shaped like players, the headshot function, so to say, doesn't work correctly for all entities. So, but yeah, you have to deal with that in your own application. So you can simply ignore this or say something like only if it's type player or type zombie, something like that. Alright, but there's a problem with this function, because for moving entities, the actual hitbox of this villager is moving in front of the model, which you can see. So the model is lagging behind the actual hitbox of a villager. This also is the same for players and other entities. And because Minecraft is doing some movement interpolation, so it looks smoother. But that means if you're looking at the villager, most of the time you won't actually hit the villager. Only when it's changing direction sometimes. And therefore I made the other system, NNRay Advanced. And here you have to run this function at the beginning of each tick, prepare tick. And this will summon an armor stand at the position of every possible target. And the armor stand, or the hitbox of the armor stand, will be roughly at the position of the model of the villager. And you can already see that it's more precise. Sometimes minecarts are a bit laggy, but yeah, when I'm looking at the villager, most of the time at least, it will detect this as a hit. Sometimes the title is also a bit laggy. But yeah, this is definitely more precise than I don't know what's wrong with the title now. Anyways, usually this is a lot more precise for moving entities, and yeah, you basically have to run this command at the beginning of a tick, and then you can run as many raycasting functions as you like. So this is prepare tick. It will just do some stuff in the background, and this is the example function for the advanced version. So again, you have to add this tag and then ray target to all sorts of entities, but you also have to add NNRay hitbox to all the entities that you want to use the advanced hitbox. And then you simply run the this time advanced raycasting, and then again you have the hit and the head tag. Okay, so oops. The thing is, this will have a bigger performance impact. So the performance impact of the simple raycasting is nearly non-existent. And of this other system, you can see a difference, but most of the performance impact comes from this prepare tick function. So let's do something like this. I will add the tag NNRay hitbox. Oh, wait a second. Add NNRay hitbox. I will add this tag NNRay hitbox to all entities in this world, which are roughly 30 entities. And you can see Minecraft has to do a lot more calculations. But if I run another actual raycasting function, or a lot of them, you can see that the performance impact of these additional raycasts are relatively small. So you only get the big performance impact from this function, but you have to run it only once every tick, and you can have, yeah, a lot of actual raycasts without a lot of performance impact. Anyways, I hope this was somewhat useful for you, and I hope you can figure out how to use this Datapack in your own projects. and you can modify it and do whatever you want. It would be nice if you give credit somehow, at least inside your code, but you don't even have to do that. It just would be nice. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them here on YouTube or on Twitter, Discord, whatever. And yeah, that's it for this video. See you next time. Bye.